My name is Orlando Haynes. I'm a DJ and producer. I'm Dutch by nationality, Caribbean by feeling. I'm 29 and I live in Amsterdam. Well, I moved to Rotterdam in 2012. And when I was there, the friends that I made there took me to this rave, and I fell in love, and I realized this is actually something that I wouldn't mind doing. I thought about it for a long time before, but it was only when I moved to Rotterdam and I made my friends there, some of who are active in the DJ scene. I thought to myself, might be worth a shot. So that's how I started. And a friend of mine gave me one of his old DJ controllers, really old, really small, really cheap thing. And I just connected it to my laptop, and the rest is history, as they say. Everyone is my musical influence. I think the beauty of music in general is that you can connect to it on a multitude of different levels, and sometimes you can be in a bad mood and you hear classical music and you think to yourself, oh, this really moves me. And sometimes you'd be at a rave and you hear a house tune that's really, guttural and visceral, and you're like, yes. And you enjoy it for different reasons, but either way, they always inspire you. So, and I think anybody that really loves music can get inspiration from everywhere. So I'm not going to name names. I think it'd be impossible to I would have too many and it would take me forever, and I can't pick just three because there is no one or two or three people that really stand out. Yeah, there's no top three. Finishing, I'm usually when you have a good idea, you just want to get it out of your head as quickly as possible. You want to get started on something new. Oh, this sounds really good, and you can add this and you can add that, but you have to turn it into a finished product. Mm-hmm. And usually the problem that I face most is that, okay, it sounds almost complete, but I think I might just want to tweak this a little bit, and it still doesn't sound completely done. And then all of a sudden 6 months have gone by and you still really you can't let it go. You can't let it into the world because to you it's not really done yet. And it's your baby if you're making your own music. So you really want it to be perfect. But it's never really perfect. And one of the really hard parts of making music is knowing when to just say, okay, I think you're done now. You're ready for the world. My next gig in any case is April 8th in Antwerp, in Belgium. It's a small event. It's for Vogue Ball. I don't know if you know what that is. Vogue Ball is it's just
a certain kind of dance.
It's a sort of gay dance event. If you're aware of what voguing is, it's kind of like very stylish, posy kind of music, and they hold their events where they battle each other. Okay. And they asked me to be the DJ for that event. So. Okay. Cool. And the one after that is on June 10th, which is also a Vogue event, a bit bigger in Amsterdam. And so I'm looking forward to it. Well, right now I use FL Studio. And in terms of actual plugins in the program, my main favorites are Wasp, old school Wasp, very basic, but just because it's basic doesn't mean it's not good. I mean, if you can add on effects afterwards, and it'll still turn it into a quite versatile and quite powerful synthesizer. If I want something more complex, I use Citrus, and I've been using Massive more and more often just because it's literally massive. You can do so much with it. And so if I want something that really has a lot of complexity and a lot of intricacy, Massive is the way to go. But usually I tend to stick to Wasp. In Amsterdam, I'm going to be really honest. The dancing in Amsterdam, I think, has become a bit too hipster, in the sense that every major dance event that I go to is usually populated with people that either have no idea who is actually playing at the event. Mm-hmm. I'll give you an example. I went to see Nina Kraviz at the School not too long ago. And what I like about the School is that when you're waiting in line, the security guards will ask you, do you know who's playing? And if you don't know who's playing, they won't let you in, okay. Which I think is actually a good thing, because then the only people that you get in is people that know who Nina Kraviz is and know her work and, you know, really, you know, come there to see her and enjoy her music. You tend to filter other people that just want to, you know, pop pills and just go crazy on techno just because they can. And, you know,
they're not there because of the DJ, but they're there just to party.
They're not there for the music, and I mean everybody's there to party, obviously. But I think when you have a group of people that actually came for the music, the vibe becomes so much better, and you do get a sort of meta feeling of community. Whenever, you know, during her set, there was this one point where she, you know, this song came on, and it was one of those songs that everybody kind of knew, but nobody like remembers that they know it. And so it came on, and I all of a sudden realized, oh, I know this tune, and you start to get really happy, and you start to move. But all of a sudden, I realized that everybody around me had exactly the same reaction, and I was like, I didn't know that everybody knew this tune. And so that kind of like gives you a sense of, oh wow, you know, I'm surrounded by people that, you know, are more like me than I thought I knew. And that's what I enjoy. So that's what I want to see more of in the house scene, in the techno scene in Amsterdam. In Rotterdam, it's the exact opposite. There you have people that on Friday and Saturday they go to party. They don't go there just because, oh, they want to look nice. They don't go because they want to get messed up. No, they go because they know that the DJs that they're going to watch or going to listen to are going to be epic. Thinking about making music or sleeping or eating. No, usually when I make music, I tend to take my time. I tend to get sucked in. It's happened quite often that, you know, I just open my laptop, open my FL, and just start messing around, and all of a sudden it's 8 hours later. I haven't eaten, I haven't showered, I'm still in the same position that I was like 8 hours ago. I just hadn't moved. And I just look outside as, oh, it's nighttime now. And so it really tends to suck you in.
So if I may say that music consumes much of your time during the day.
It does, yeah. And usually if I'm like biking home from work, and I'm listening to music in my headphones, and I'm thinking, oh, this is cool what this person is doing, so I think I could probably use that in one of my own tracks. Or I'm listening to one of my own tracks and I'm thinking, oh, I can do this when I get home, and maybe I can edit this because that would actually sound better. And as soon as I get home, that's what I end up doing. And so it really does kind of take over your life at some point. I don't know, and I think I kind of like that I don't know. I would like to say that, you know, I can see myself, you know, having multiple gigs per month and making a living from DJing, but do I really think that's necessary? No.
I think having fun doing it.
I think enjoying doing it is the most important thing to me. If I can, you know, make a living from it, all the better. That'd be nice. But I really want to do it because it's fun, and I really am starting to put myself out there more, promote myself a bit more, to, you know, get some bigger gigs and to share my love of music with as many people as possible. But I don't have like a marketing plan. Or I don't. I don't want to make it big. I don't want to be the next Jeff Mills. That's not, you know, my ambition. My ambition is to just share music, and you know, wherever it takes me is where it takes me. And that's what I like about music. It can take you anywhere, sometimes places you didn't expect to end up, but you enjoy the journey and you enjoy where you are anyway. So, yeah, actually, it was for Gay Pride in Rotterdam. Rotterdam has its own Gay Pride now, and I was playing at a club called Ferry. Yeah, and there's like a stage inside. There's no stage, but the DJ booth is slightly elevated, and just outside the DJ booth there's like a ledge at the same height of whatever I was standing. So like a few people can stand there and be like, you know, like just in front of me, overlooking the crowd. And at one point, actually at 2 points, they were dancing so hard that one of the monitors, one of the speakers that was in the corner of the booth got knocked over onto my deck. And so, yeah, and luckily it wasn't the deck that was playing, so you know, the music wasn't interrupted, but you know, somebody had to step in and be like, and make some like quick repairs before I could actually, you know, continue my set. And 30 minutes later it happened again. But I only see it as a compliment, because if people are dancing that hard that stuff is falling over, then, you know, I must be doing something right.
I don't think anybody noticed it.
No, I don't even think the girl that did it noticed, to be honest.
Okay.
Don't wait. I thought about, I started like messing around with producing music in 2004. I was 15 and I was on a really old like Windows 2000 PC. I had like a illegally downloaded version of FL Studio version 3. That's how old I am. And I was just messing around with it, and my one of my few regrets in life is that I just didn't continue to do that, just for no reason, just keep doing it, because at some point it is, when you start, you always make really crappy beats, but the more you allow yourself to be crappy, the quicker you get really good at it.
Mm-hmm.
And
I can understand that.
I only started taking it seriously up until 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I only started DJing 4 years ago. And DJing is also something that I'd considered, in the back of my mind for years and years and years. And if I had just, taken the initiative and started at that age, I would have had 10, 12 years experience now, and I probably would have been in a much better or different place than I am now. Like I said, I don't mind it. I mean, I'm happy I have it in my life anyway, but if I could give one bit of advice to anyone out there that, is thinking about it, just do it. Just get started with whatever means you have. Just start and don't stop. Follow me on SoundCloud. My name is Orlando Haynes, just as you hear it. Orlando, Haynes.